Behold the return of Fashion Frame Saturdays! For those new to this series, this is a variety show where we talk about some fashion that I made, maybe some things that you could steal for your own fashion techniques, and some current fashion news, such as new customization options in the market, or new Tenogen, or just fashion stuff that may have gotten added to the game. So let's begin with this Nova fashion. And then we will talk about new cosmetics, such as new Tenogen that just came out recently, and the new types of leg armor that we have been getting more often added to the game. Let's begin by talking about this Nova appearance. So I did a framework for Nova. It's called Ascended Slova, and you can find it in the description. It is about making Nova a more all-around character by giving her some tankiness using Null Star's hidden damage reduction mechanics. So go check that out in the description if you missed it. This is also a great opportunity to let you know if you might have missed things that I made this week. So this appearance features one of my favorite things to do in fashion that everybody else seems to hate most of the time, which is why I wanted to talk about it, because a lot of people ask to see this fashion, and it does this thing, and obviously this thing is mismatching a helmet with a skin, so I really like doing this. I know it's terrible game design because it makes it hard to tell what frame is being played, and it is probably against the developers' motivations to do that. It is not really good game design to make it hard to tell what character is being played, but I really like it. I don't care. I really like it. And the Lamy helmet and the Asuri skin, they just like fit together thematically. I think that's why this one works, because it's not because the colors match up well, because they totally don't. So you can see this white is sort of like a stone or a porcelain white, and then this helmet is sort of like a well-polished material of some kind, maybe stone still, but like very well polished and probably more like painted metal. And it doesn't match. If you look at it carefully, it's going to start bothering you, and you probably just did, so it's starting to bother you. But some of the other colors match, especially the black. I find that the black accents do match pretty well. The red doesn't even match that well, and in the back, you can see that the metallic actually doesn't match that yellow, but somehow it looks like part of the machine to me a little bit, and the energy color looks really good. This skin is very light on its energy color. It's a lot of places, but it's not very overbearing. So putting a little bit at the top, I don't know. The aesthetic is right. That's all I'm trying to say. So I think that you should try to do these mismatches when the aesthetic is right. And here, I think it is. Hero Noble is the best stance. And I tried to use very basic colors to bring out the aesthetic of these skins without overpowering them with way too many different colors. So a lot of these are just basic, you know. Even this orangey-ish color is a bit cold for an orange color, not super warm and fiery. A little bit cold lighty for an orange anyway, as much as an orange can be. And I tried to make this appearance, something I also really like to do is making appearances be the opposite warmth or coldness from what the colors normally are. So red and yellow and orange are normally warm, but this time I tried to make them a bit cold, and I picked a cold black, a sort of bluish black, to go along with that. It is still a little bit warm. You're not going to be able to help it because we're dealing with red, orange, and yellow, but I also used a bit of like a bone white, which is kind of in between warm and cold in my experience. It can feel like both, which gives a really rounded appearance. I think it did a good job here. I don't know if that color theory is always going to be sound, but I did a good job here. One thing that I don't like about this skin, however, is the shoulders. So they're they're like dowels. The rest of her skin is so solid. It's really bulky. It's like she has elephant legs. Look at that. It's sweet. I really like the legs on Nova overall, and especially this skin. But the arms are just, why? I don't know why. They're so small and sticky. So I reinforced them with the Shrink's armor set. You don't want to add anything to the legs, in my opinion. They look really good. They're a standout of the appearance, but I wanted to reinforce the top. The Shrink's doesn't clip with anything. It doesn't really look like it's attached that well, but I'm not that worried about it. It solves the problem, and it doesn't clip with anything itself, so I don't know. I think it looks pretty. It also matches the aesthetic of my Syandana, which, speaking of which, is the Salix Solstice Syandana. So this is a really weird one. It has two metallics that are not on their own. So like this primary color is the main color of the cloak and this metallic, and this accent color is the other color of the cloak and this metallic. I don't know who does this at DE. I don't know why people hate fashion and like to watch the world burn, but They clearly do, and then there's a metallic on its own in tertiary. Why? Just make the metallic on its own always on an accent, please. For our sanity, just speed up the fashion that little bit more. So when this happens, the way I think you should solve it is by using grayscale colors. If you manipulate the grayscale to the right point and get the right shade, you can make it look like it's not actually blending. Like, I think this silver looks different than this sort of bone white, and it makes it look less awkward. It makes it look less like the skin is a hodgepodge. And here I think it works okay. It was a little difficult to do with this darker color. I wanted to make it match the theme, and it had to be like a somewhat darker color. None of them really matched that much, so I fiddled with the exact shade a little bit and got to this one, which I think looks a bit different. This looks dark, this looks lighter. I don't know. Try that whenever you have a situation like that. But again, like when you have something that you self-imposed, like the helmet and this body, it better look really good, or you should probably just get rid of it. I have seen a lot of fashion that people have submitted or just shown where they don't try to fix that problem, where there's like a tone that is metallic somewhere but not metallic elsewhere, and they don't try to fix it at all, and it looks really, really bad. And you should always do something about it. This appearance is kind of like trying to hide it among like other really good looking details. So you should try that. That's one of the biggest universal critiques I have for fashion that I see or that gets submitted to me, is that maybe there's armor and they didn't switch around the colors so the accent or the metallic is the right place. Anyway, you get it. So that's that Nova fashion. I hope that adds something to people's fashioning experience. Again, the point of these is not really to show off as much as to kill birds with one stone and give people who want this fashion to copy it or whatever, or know what it is, to give people that resource, but then also to tell you all stuff about making fashion that you might find helpful. Some people really don't know where to begin. They want to make cool fashion, but they feel overwhelmed. Some people think it's obvious and there's no point. I think if that's you, you're probably not watching this video anymore, so it's fine. That's what this is for, and I hope that it helped. Moving on to accessories. This all-black mannequin Excalibur is here to show off the new types of leg attachments that we've gotten in recent months. So first one is the Magor. These are not really a new area. They attach to the leg at the same place as fashion that we've already gotten, but they focus much more on the back, like right in the back. Not like spurs, they're literally like just on the back. These are like rocket boosters on your legs, and they look sweet. They look really cool on a lot of appearances, and I use them on the feet of my Chroma. Here, we can show that really quick, actually. And they merge with the legs really, really well. Some frames, they look a bit awkward, but some frames, they look really natural. Like, see here, it looks like it's literally just part of his leg, but it makes Chroma's legs, which are normally a little small, I think, for how gigantic the rest of him is, look really bulky and, like, badass and heavy, and, like, he needs those boosters to even walk. There's, like, fire coming out of his feet while he's walking. I don't know, it just looks sick to me. So they're really cool. I really like that we're getting this kind of cosmetic because I think it allows you to make more different kinds of appearances and manipulate your silhouette more. That's sort of the thing that I'm excited about. And speaking of that, there's a much better example of that, and that is the Syrinx legs. So we're now getting things that attach to your shoulder plate, and I'm very excited about this because it causes us to be able to make fashion, again, with wildly different silhouettes, but wildly different silhouettes. There are some frames that needed to be filled out here, and that was why, like, their appearances just never seemed to work. They had plenty in the leg, or they had, like, no legs at all, but they needed to fill out their hips a little bit more somehow. And this allows you to do that. If you want more hip, there you go, Syrinx armor set. I'm really excited for them to do more things like this. Ooh, baby. All right, to finish up the week, we're going to talk about a little fashion accessory that has gone viral lately. Just a little something called the Vauban Graxx skin. So, story time for a second. When this patch came out, when they added this batch of Tennogen and stuff, I didn't know. I wasn't aware for the first, like, day or so. And everybody already had this skin. And I saw it on Joey Zero's stream. I was watching Joey Zero streaming, and he was recording, like, scenes of this, like, footage of this. And it looks really, really cool. You should go check out his video resulting from that, which is in the description, with the new Captura scene and this skin. It looks awesome. But I was like, what? Like, what is that? Like, how? I blinked, and every content creator I knew and most of my audience had this skin. What? How? Did you have, like, a timer set? And the moment it came out, it was, like, mid-afternoon on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday that it came out? I don't even know. And everybody had it. Just every time I saw a Vauban, it was always this. I was like, how are people making Vauban into Clem? You should totally get this skin. It looks really, really cool. But Anyway, I'm totally gonna buy this like right now. Ooh, baby, getting that Hydroid Noble in. Oh, it looks so good. It's such a nice skin. Whoop. Oh, 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 no. Anyway, fantastic. Welcome back to Fashion Frame Saturdays. This will be every week on Saturday from now on, at least until I decide to momentarily destroy it again. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, buying the new Graxx skin and fashioning the crap out of it. I'll see you all next time.